Tim, this is your second feature film, your first one being Hot Potato. Um, how has your career as a director evolved since your first to second film?
With difficulty as ever. But no, well, I'm tenacious. I just keep going, keep writing, and I keep on, developing projects. And this one was quite strange because in essence, was commissioned. Somebody wanted me to write a movie that we could shot with all the problems of COVID, in a with a that was controllable. So I thought about it and all the rest of it. And I always like to write from experience, if you like. So I put together this little family and their problems, and anyway, so it was nice to make that. And as to moving forward, obviously, if you make a movie, um, hopefully one movie begets another, as long as people like yourself like it.
Yeah, for sure. I did see a behind the scenes of some of the footage for the film, and I did see, COVID protocols and that sort of thing. So I actually didn't notice that the film was shot during COVID at the time until I saw those behind the scenes footage. And I think it's just, more so the fact that the family was on vacation, and unlike other films that were made during the time, you can clearly see that they tried to hide the fact or showcase the fact that it was filmed during COVID, but I didn't get that during this film. So I was happy to see that.
Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, I didn't want the dreaded COVID to impinge upon how the picture looked, and also impinge upon my ability to direct the actors and for them to work together. And I mean, the only thing I would say is that with this film, we shot it in incredibly short amount of shooting days, and I have to sort of say that the without my actors, who were all so prepared and they love their characters and everything, that without their preparedness, we would never have got through the schedule, in fact.
We shot in Portugal, and I personally have never been to Portugal, and it was beautiful to see, the villa and the scenic views. It was Portugal a place that was chosen, selected, or was it something that you in mind had a vision for?
Well, there were producerial reasons for shooting in Portugal, as there sometimes are. um, but I was happy to. I had never been to Portugal either, and in fact, before we made the movie, I spent a couple of weeks there, actually at that villa with my family, to just to tweak the script for the location. And I have to say that Portugal was a revelation. In fact, the light in Portugal is superb, actually, superb. No, it's a very great place to shoot. The people are lovely. The crew was great. I had no problem shooting there at all, and would. And in fact, I'm doing something maybe next year where I'll be back there shooting something.
Oh, great. Is it? I'm assuming it's a. I've been to London. It's a big change in terms of big blue skies, and London tends to be a little gray.
Great, indeed.
I was in London this past summer.
Oh, and did you get good weather or bad weather?
I was there in the beginning of October. It was it said that it was going to rain every day that I was there, but it didn't rain at all. So I guess that's a plus.
Oh, that's good. Well, you had a good experience then. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
it was a
fantastic.
great experience. Yeah, London's great. Second film with Callum. He was in Hot Potato with you.
Yeah.
Okay, as the director, you kind of carry over actors, or you have a previous work experience that you've had positive experiences with, so you want to carry those relationships over to your next projects.
Yes, on Hot Potato, I had worked previously on another picture in post production with Colin a few years before Hot Potato, but I always liked the act. Sorry, the actor. And when he came to work on Hot Potato, he really impressed me with his with the way he did everything. He's a bit of a scene stealer, actually, Colin. He always knows where the camera is, and he's a very, very professional man. I got to know him a bit. And when I was doing this picture, I thought, I sent the script to him, and he came to me and said, "I want to do it. I want to do it." So that's great. I mean, he's an actor with a lot more range that people give him credit for. He's a very, very nice person to work with, and I would happily work with Colin again and again and again. He's very easy to work with, a professional, and that's what I can say about him, really.
The movie There's Always Hope has hope is not only in the title, but it's also this underlining theme in the film that hope is
Hope.
always there. It's always hope, and you also have a character in the film named Hope. And was that I'm assuming that was deliberate, but I really enjoyed the overarching theme that hope is always there. And I also really enjoyed that there are some storylines that kind of unfold with certain characters, not to give anything away for our viewers. There are storylines that unfold that kind of just happen, one specifically with Hope herself. And it's one of those situations where even just a bad thing can lead to something great.
Yes, indeed. I mean, my idea for the picture, when thinking about the picture, was I didn't want to make a picture where anybody dies or is anybody's actually under any physical threat. I just wanted to make a happy picture. Obviously, maybe that was as a consequence of the pandemic, but I just wanted to make a picture that was that had problems that people might be able to identify with. We all have problems. Marriages aren't easy, although I've just coming up for my 30-year anniversary. Really. So, marriage is difficult, and relationships with children is difficult. But really, I suppose the theme, apart from hope, is also that what you need to talk, especially in a family, and well, actually everywhere, is you need to talk. You need to communicate. We all go through problems, and we all have issues as we go through life. And the best thing to do is to talk about them and not keep them within yourself.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. That's fantastic. And yeah, those positive messages in the film are not only seen through the actions of the characters and the overall themes, but also through the music. And your career, you've had an extensive career in the sound and music departments of as editor and advisors. His sound is always something that, and the music is something that in film really help uplift the mood. And that's something that's definitely evident in this film with the sound effects and the music.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because it's an area, of course, which used to be my sort of area, and I'm very lucky that Guy Farley and I, the composer of the music, get on so well, and we have a kind of, I don't know, a bond. He seems to get me, and I get him. So I think he wrote a beautiful score for the picture, actually. And also, the fact that I wanted to use windmills as the theme tune for the titles. I said, can we do this properly? Otherwise, I'm just going to buy the original track. But no, he said, no, I can use the same arrangements, and wouldn't. And I said, well, that's great, because I'd really like a woman. I don't know how you're supposed to say those kind of things. A female to sing the number rather than a man. So it just sort of, it just made it a much nicer thing. I hope you like the opening music for the film.
I did. I love that opening track, and it really set the tone and the mood for the movie as Jonathan is driving and enjoying his experience, even though his phone is going crazy. He's enjoying his experience and not having a care in the world at that moment. My final question for you is regarding his referred to as his magnus opus in the film. Him being a creator, a writer, he is looking for that grand story, the thing that he is going to really allow his career to be finalized and for him to appreciate the end of his career. And I think all artists, writers, creators go through that experience where they want to create that magnus opus. Was that something that you saw a little bit of yourself in this film being that for you?
Well, yeah, most definitely, because a recent thing, a recent movement away from film is I've just written a novel. And so I know how hard it is. And actually, for me, the hardest part was the discipline of writing a script is so different from writing a book. But so I kind of, and then another thing is, of course, I want my David Lean moment. I've got some great projects and I just want to continue learning and making as good a picture as I can in the hope that I can hit something at one point, which, I suppose, which people might remember me for, I suppose. That would be my magnus opus. But so doing something worthwhile and a reason for having been around would be great,
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I think a lot of people that will resonate with a lot of creators, a lot of writers, artists, musicians. Definitely resonate with them.
The actress who played Hope. I think she's we really took a risk there with her, and I think she was brilliant at.
She was brilliant. Yeah, she was fantastic.
Yeah, that was her first movie, and so and Colin was incredibly. In fact, the whole crew were very, very helpful and supportive of her. But she's a real star of the future, I think. I hope so, anyway.
Yeah, for her sake. She did an amazing job, especially when you're in scenes with such a senior actor. It's you're just going back and forth, and it's just the two of you, and you really don't have any other actors to balance over just between the two of you. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, no, it was really great to see, because I've known Hannah since she was 9 years old. So it's one of those kind of lucky stories.
Yeah. Well, Tim, thank you so much. I loved your film, and I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today about it. There's Always Hope opens up in theaters March 3rd across Canada, and I hope everyone has an opportunity to go see it.
I hope so too. Let's hope. Thank you so much.
Let's hope.